I've taught this play for about 20 years, and I call it the most shocking, psychologically daring, emotionally violent play of all time. It established new codes for what was acceptable in American culture, and it broke down barriers for what could be done on both stage and screen in terms of adult themes. It's always been loved by actors. Actors have always loved this play, and I've always wanted to dive into the play. I think it invites you to go to territories that would be terrifying in real life, but within a controlled work of art is actually kind of vicariously thrilling to experience what those extremes must be like, right? It has been demeaned and dismissed as implausible junk. It's been debated whether it's realism or symbolism. Is it a portrait of a marriage and a love story, or is it a metaphor for something bigger about American society? It established Edward Albee as the greatest playwright of his time, the heir apparent following in the footsteps of Eugene O'Neill, Arthur Miller, and Tennessee Williams, but then also engendered such a backlash against Edward Albee that he didn't really quite recover for almost 30 years until Three Tall Women brought him back. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, the last great masterpiece of American drama, or an overrated, pretentious, derivative work of vulgar sensationalism? Here are some of the original reviews. You want to read that one, Paula?
A sick play about sick people. They are neurotic, cruel, and nasty. They really belong in a sanitarium for the mentally ill rather than on a stage. Love this. A sordid and cynical dip into depravity. We do not enjoy watching the wings being torn from human flies. New York Mirror.
Fit for dirty-minded females only. Virginia Woolf is mere sensationalism. Ladies, you may have at it. Whoop, holler, squeal, yip, shriek, and gasp deliciously to the content of your dear little hearts. It contains the most soiled and fruitiest language I have heard on any stage. It is 3.5 hours long, 4 characters wide, and a cesspool deep. The New York Daily News.
Yeah, from the Tulane Drama Review. Self-pity, drooling, womb-seeking weakness, persistent escape into morbid fantasy. Albee makes dishonesty a virtue, perversion a joke, adultery a simple party game. A ludicrous play, morbidity and sexual perversity that are there only to titillate an impotent and homosexual theater and audience. An ineluctable urge to escape reality and its concomitant responsibilities by crawling back into the womb or bathroom or both, likely to have an infective and corrosive influence on our theater.
These are awesome.
I know, really. So it's sometimes forgotten now. It's kind of revered.
Gotta go see
But
that.
really, how shocking and provocative and dangerous this play was when it was first produced. And so that's what I mean when I say my mother is right, it was dirty. Like, there's something about it that feels dangerous, that feels risky. And part of the challenge for us is to give it still that sense of danger, even though it has become a revered classic.